guys, it's Jouelzy and it is VEDA number 9. Girl, is it the 9th? Is it the 10th? Oh, we're keeping up with the good kids, talking about, well, fuckboys and relationships. And make sure you thumbs up this video and comment along, because girl, it's going to be kind of crazy, kind of dramatic, and I hope I can keep this under 12 minutes. I had to like write the whole story out for myself just so I could keep it linear, because even I, going back through it, couldn't believe that I really, like, girl, do you like my hat? Of course, I have to remind you, shop.smartbrown girl.com. I still have the 15% off coupon code for the crop tops or the mugs down below in the description box. And if you become a patron this month or make a donation to my Smart Brown Girl PayPal, all the info will be in the description box down below. I'm trying to raise funds to cover the legal costs to launch my own podcast for this month of August. So any support I can get from my Smart Brown Girls is much appreciated. The hat is lit. I love this. I'm giving you Bryson Tillotties, ma. You feel me? Okay, so I dated a Gemini. And when I sat down to like write my notes out for this video, I realized I've actually dated 2 Geminis. My first, and then more recently in my more adult age, I made the stupid mistake again and dealt with a sociopath. Now, I know better. I promise, I really, really do. But what Geminis are really good at is playing with your mind, picking at your insecurities, you know, figuring out what your buttons are and kind of not just pushing them, but, you know, softly caressing them until they get you into their closet and boom, hit you with some fuck shit, bruh. But I low-key kind of feel bad about saying, oh, I'm not gonna date any Geminis, partially because I have a Gemini rising, so I myself have the kind of mental stimulation, the high-level communication thing going on that Geminis do too. You know, we kind of be hitting it off though, and they need love too though, you know. Which is so high-end soap opera unnecessary drama that he manufactured himself, that I had to call Jackie Aina after and like have a key with her, like, girl. So this relationship happened post me establishing my YouTube channel. Even though, you know, I'm a small fish in the sea, I'm not famous like that, nothing. The little bit of notoriety I do have has definitely impacted my dating life. Niggas be insecure, bruh. Like, chill. We're gonna call this Negro Tigger. Yes. So I met Tigger through a mutual friend. Well, really she was an acquaintance, because I had met her just after moving to this city, and she kind of hit the ground running with like, you're one of my best friends, I love you, I can't live without you. And I'm like, sis, I just met you. Like, you know, you putting a whole lot into the relationship that it takes me like 5 years to do this with my close friends. I love you, bruh. I met you like 3 months ago. But we're gonna call her Kylie, because that reminds me of somebody who's morally unethical. Okay, but there was definitely something about Kylie that I just couldn't trust, but it wasn't enough to dismiss her. Like, you know, when you move to a new city and you're like reestablishing yourself and you're trying to be a better you and be a better person, I at the time was trying to be more open, because I can be pretty quick to figure out whether or not I like somebody or whether I want to allow somebody in my personal space. And I've been told, you know, that I could be a little, I don't think people call me judgmental, as I could just be a little bit more open, because I shut down real quick, maybe testing out kind of the ethical standards that I had set up for people that I would allow in my life, like seeing if I could loosen it all. Actually, no. And this was a very effective lesson in learning to trust my intuition, even if my ways seem stuck to others. They're not. Kylie was a Pisces with a Virgo moon, and I know this because I literally make everyone go talk to Sam. If you click the eye above or the description box down below, I will have a link to the blog post and video that I did with my astrologer Sam. He's dope. So to get into it, in like July of that year, I was in a serious funk. Like, I was just stank and I couldn't figure out why. I was just over everything. I didn't want to deal with nobody. Kylie took it upon herself to like try and like chipper me up and wanted to introduce me to her other creative friends. So she introduced me to Tigger. We all went to happy hour together, and I was over it the whole time. He really put up with all my stankness the whole happy hour and was still very polite about it. And I wasn't even initially attracted to him. Like, I still don't particularly find him attractive. I thought he was very weird, but I was definitely attracted to like his mind. He's very intelligent. He's very, very talented. A couple weeks later, Kylie hit me up like, oh, well, he lives close to you. Let's go over to his house for like a movie night or whatever. So we go to his house, we eat pizza, and I ended up leaving my bag at his house. So, of course, Kylie hits me up with like, oh, you left your bag at Tigger's house. Here's his number. I think you two would really hit it off. Like, you should really take some time to talk at him. Wink, wink, girl. Get to know him. Wink, wink. So, this is where things get treacherous. I was in a new city. I was bored. And I liked talking to him. I don't really find a whole lot of people that I can keep long-standing, like hour-long conversations with. But my nigga's a Gemini. I already knew, like, even when I was talking to him, I was like, bruh, you're a Gemini, so I already know the getcha is like, where's it at? Like, where is it? Because I know it's somewhere. But, you know, I was bored enough to sit on it. I'm an adult, and so we did that. It was cool. So it was convenient. We liked hanging out with each other, and he knew how to talk to me enough that I ended up liking him. Like, I can own that. I went into something thinking it would just be casual, and it didn't take that long for me to be interested in him as a person. Every time I was quiet, it was like, what are you thinking of? What's on your mind? I know something's on your mind. Tell me what's on your mind. I want to hear what's on your mind. Do you like me? I know you like me. Tell me about your emotional self. This Negro invested time. Like, he would spend hours, not even text message, not even phone call, like FaceTime or in person, hanging out, talking deeply, like having like sincere conversations. You know when how you gonna get at me like that and you so manipulative? He called me one night and was like, yo, can I come over? And I said, sure. He's like, all right, I'll be over in an hour. My Negro does not show up. Uncharacteristically. Like, one thing I will give to him, Geminis know how to communicate. They will communicate with you on your level for sure. He knew I needed to be engaged. He knew I needed somebody engaging and responsive, and he met me on that. So for him to not respond or not even tell me that plans changed or whatever was wildly out of character. And I was half like, I noticed some BS. But I was like half concerned. So the next morning, I carried my behind up over to his job. So before I walk into his job, however, I call him. He finally answers. And you know what this Negro told me? He had like a muscle spasm in like his left side, and he just lay down and like he was in so much pain. He just couldn't get anything, and he couldn't even get up to get his meds, and he just passed out and like let the pain pass. So you ain't go to the hospital? You ain't call your doctor this morning? That's like real serious. He's like, nah, I just called my mom. You know, my mom works at a hospital. Like, I had so many questions, and he just had an answer for everything. I still didn't entirely believe it, but I half believed it. And so I was like, well, I'm about to be at your job, so I'm gonna just come say hi to you. He's like, okay, cool. Act like everything was okie dokie. I get to his job. He's still playing along with me. Like, yeah, answering all my questions. Like, seriously acting like was in pain. Like, he's getting over it. Da, 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 da. And I'm asking, like, I'm not letting up. Like, my nigga is good, but I'm just like, you are not going to beat me at this mind game. Like, what is going on? And then I kind of finally give up. Like, okay, well, if you're really sick, you know, here, you want me to get you some ibuprofen, bruh? And he's like, you know, I have to tell you something. I wasn't really sick. Kylie called me the night before, and I was really upset with you. Okay, so here's where we have to rewind. That happened on a Monday. Like, maybe the Thursday before, Kylie and I went out for drinks. And this whole time, it's like a couple of weeks have passed, she had been pressing me continuously about, oh, you should really talk to Tigger. Yeah, I think y'all would be so great together. You should really speak to him. Like, y'all, like, really give him a chance. Da, da, da. I don't kiss and tell. Like, my business is my business. But she was, like, going extra hard this night. And I finally relented and was like, sis, you know, I hit that. Like, it's already what? And she was like, oh, me too. We should have a threesome. Yeah, sis, like, I may or may not have awoken Tigger at like 3 a.m. so I could twirl into his house, literally let him know that I knew that he had slept with Kylie, and twirl back out and carry my behind home. I may or may not have hit the petty dramatic button. But at this point, I know you're saying, I hope you block the both of them. Like, cut these Negroes off and go. Kylie told me that she had made Tigger promise me he would not tell me that they had slept together in the past. Like, it wasn't recent. It turns out they weren't as good of friends as I thought, because to Tigger's point, he said he also said, Kylie made me promise you, and I'm really upset at her for telling you that way because I wanted to tell you, and she was like OD about me not telling you. And I'm like, y'all was talking about me? He did hint at it, but the way he hinted at it, when Kylie told me that they had hooked up in the past, I was like, oh. I mindlessly told her that explains why he had asked me about her sex life, because his way of hinting at it was to go down this list of men and ask me if she had slept with them. And I might have told him maybe a name or two, because she had actually mentioned when we were at his house that she had hooked up with these people who were married and, you know, they all knew each other, whatever. So I said to her, oh, that's why he explained to me, asking me about all these other Negroes. And she got mad. It was just messy. But then she was like, well, don't cut him off for me. I promise this is all my fault. I promise I did this. I'm telling you this ish, and it's like, why are you dealing with this? Jay, what you like, Nick? Like, how you dumb? That was a moment of stupidity. I will give it to you. But fast forward back to that Monday where Tigger's telling me he talked to Kylie, and apparently she had called him pissed about him asking me about her sex life. Somehow, as he presented it, it was, she threw you under the bus and told me all your business. Now remember, I never really trusted this chick to begin with. She didn't know none of my business to tell him. So he said something about, oh, Jouelzy's not who she is online. She's not like how she is on YouTube. She's not as nice in real life. She don't know how to interact with people in real life. First of all, would you even characterize me as nice on YouTube? Like, come on, sign, bro. I'm like literally, this is me. I have a peculiar personality. Yes, I can be. It was a bunch of BS. Like, I don't know how to, I'm lonely. I don't know how to interact with people. I'm not nice. I've never been in a relationship. Like, girl, but why would she say all those things unprovoked? Like, how does she call you upset and somehow the conversation flip to what's wrong with Jouelzy? You put a battery in her back. I know you said something. What did you say to her? And he was like, it doesn't even matter what I said to her. It matters that she, as your friend, who's always in your face talking about she love you, is willing to say these things about you in the first place. I mean, my nigga, how you get me? Like, what? You right, but you not right. Like, what is that? You know when you don't like a lot of people and you finally, like, warm up to somebody, you know how you be unwilling to just, like, cut them off even when they present you with a platter of hot bullshit? That was me. That was me in that moment. So later in the week, me and Kylie go out to lunch. She hits me up. I love you. I miss you. I've been going through it emotionally. Girl, I got so much to catch up on you. Let's do lunch. I'm treating you to lunch. So we go to lunch. And I feel like this is her time to vindicate herself. I'm going to give her opportunity to explain herself. Because when she hit me up, she also was like, yo, I really want to advise you to stop talking to Tigger. Like, I really feel like you should cut him off. So when I meet for her at lunch, I'm like trying to get out of her, like, what do you have against him? Like, oh, you went from like really trying to push me towards him, begging me to forgive him and taking blame for this guy, to now all of a sudden you need to stop talking to him. Tigger also had an ex. We'll call her Janae. So the ex Janae, right? He had like, they were in a serious relationship. He and I had already had a conversation about her. Like, first of all, I like him, but I like him enough for convenience. I don't like him enough that this is the guy that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I knew he had a girlfriend. I actually had mutual friends with Janae, And so I know how serious he told me the relationship was, and I was like, well, would you ever try to get back with her? And he was like, you know, if she's willing to warm up to me, I can't say no. And I was like, all right, well, if she pop back in your life, you know, just, you know, X me out, like fade me to black, bruh. And Janae and I have mutual friends, so I already knew that she was not entertaining him at all. But that's what Kylie tried to hit me with. Oh, he went to Janae's house, he's been trying to get back with her, and he sent her this gift and yada yada yada. I knew this was all lies, right? But she flat out at this lunch, when I said, so when's the last time you and Tigger talked? Oh girl, I haven't talked to him in like a month and a half. Like I haven't talked to him since like, girl, it has to be like since we were at his house. Oh, you haven't talked to him recently? Like you ain't talked to him this past Monday? Like this past Sunday you ain't talked to him? You had a conversation, you sure? You haven't even seen him, like just around on the street, on the train, on the bus? You ain't seen him at all? Nah, girl, really, I really haven't. Like, I haven't talked to him. I haven't seen him at all. Flat out lied to my face. Then proceeded to tell me how much she loves me and she can't live without me. Not to be trusted. I kind of play along. I don't let her know that I know what I know. And I just figure, you know, that's a relationship loss. I'm just going to fade her out. And she pretty much verified everything that this manipulative ass Negro Tigger told me. But I'm still gonna be cool on him too. I'm trying to be chill about my relationship with Tigger, but like literally everything I do is wrong. He got into a real serious funk. For work, he was working on this big project and he invested a lot into this project. He put all his hope in this project. And I had told him it's too early to put this much hope in it. I mean, give it your all, but just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Cause you know, people gonna be shady, bruh. And just, you know what I mean? Like, I know you think this is your breakthrough, but like, just chill. Chill. Take it one step at a time. Of course, the project fell through like flat on his face, like really, really hurt his feelings. You know when you are creative and you dealing with other creatives and you be feeling like you know what it is? I was just trying to be considerate of what he had going on. But what I don't do is emotional abuse. And it quickly started to feel like emotional abuse. One time I tried to call him and like, cause I wanted to talk about stuff that I had going on, that I was working on, like this project that I had just picked up and I was super excited about. And he flat out said to me, I don't want to talk. And was rude and stank about it. So I'm like, oh, okay, click. Then calls me the next day on FaceTime like everything is okay and wants to sit up here and talk to me for 3 or 4 hours about the project he's working on, what he has going on with his day. Sir, excuse me, so we're just gonna act like a day or two ago you weren't dismissive of me? Like, don't talk to me like I'm mediocre. He yelled aggressively at me, like violently. Like if I was in his presence, I would not have felt safe. And then he comes like full circle back around on some, like trying to joke and kiki and hit the call. And it just sat bad in my spirit all day. So that night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I sent him like a thorough email, because that's what I do. When I'm breaking up with somebody or cutting them off, I put it in writing and I send them an email. I'm not really good at expressing my emotions verbally, but I can do it excellently in writing. And you know Geminis is hella talented, like that osmosis. These niggas be souping up that osmosis. You know this Negro hit me back with eloquent syntax and vernacular on my level, like piece for piece. Took everything I said and threw it back at me and told me how I ain't ever gonna be shit and what was everlasting wrong with me. Like I have never in my life had somebody respond on that level back to me. Like, you know, I hit him with the be blessed and may you prosper in the energy that you give out to others. But nope, he hit me with the bye ashy. Figure, okay, great, that's the end. And then later that day at like 3 p.m., I checked my Ask FM, where you can ask me anonymous questions. I no longer have it. One, there was a message with my full home address, apartment number, everything. Full home address. If you respond, it would publicly like tweet out and post to my Facebook page or whatever. And so I deleted it, but I was like, how does somebody find my address? Like, this is crazy. Then the next message was, Jouelzy is not nice. She doesn't know how to interact with people in real life. She's not who she claims to be on YouTube. I'm just using her to get my business out. So says the guy whose house you went to for a movie night with Kylie. I take a screenshot of it and I sent it to Tigger and I was like, yo, I know we ended things already, but this is clearly coming from your camp. I don't do childish shit. Nip this in the bud quickly. Thanks. He immediately calls me. So I answer, because I'm stupid. Oh, this is my ex. She's obsessed with you. We'll call the ex Chloe. How does Chloe know who I am? Because me and Tigga, we don't have no public record of us together anywhere. We do not interact with each other on the internet. There is no connection between the two of us. So where would Chloe have found out about me at? Sir? Oh, I told her about you. So you were talking about me? You know what? I can't even get mad because you and I are already done. So let's be done, sir. Nip the shit in the bud. Bye. End the conversation. Then I'm talking to my mom and this Negro FaceTimes me. And my mother gives me horrible advice and tells me to answer the FaceTime. My mother stayed trying to get me to soften my gangster because she's concerned about my uterus. Chill, mom, chill. I still love you though. So I answer. And when I tell you this Negro Tigga looked hurt, like his eyes is bloodshot, I could tell like him corresponding with me via email and meeting me on my level took a lot out of him. Like it was girl. And he immediately starts going in on his ex, Chloe. Yo, she's crazy. If she dies, I wouldn't even feel sorry for her. I want to go to her mom's house right now and tell her how whack her daughter is. Complaining about how she was when they were dating and like how she screwed him over and how she was manipulative and everything he did was wrong. And I was like, my, doesn't this sound a lot of like what you're projecting onto me? Do you not feel like you carry baggage around from previous relationships? You know this Negro hit me with the no, because I'm self-aware enough to not allow past relationships to impact other relationships. You have an unconquerable emotional self, my nigga, spit Invictus. Then out of nowhere he asked, what is a question that I've asked you that you weren't ready for the answer for, so I didn't tell you? Let me repeat that. What is a question that you've asked me that I didn't give you the answer for because I knew you weren't ready? Girl, now this don't make no kind of sense. It's shenanigans, it's some BS. Like I already know this is mind games because when we first started talking, I had told him that one, communication is big for me, and then right next to that is honesty. And I only ask questions that I am ready for any answer for. So don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what the actual truth is. Don't be worried about my feelings, Negro. Don't do it. Don't do me like that. So he already knew what he was doing by asking me the question like that. Well, why can't you just be direct with me? Like, what are you getting at? Like, why are you playing games? Oh, because it's more fun that way. So instead of hanging up, because that would have been the smart thing to do, but you know, I got that Gemini rising that be interested when somebody challenges me, and that Taurus moon, that means I put in a good fight for every relationship. Ugh, I gotta be more of a gangster. But I picked up my handy dandy hand microphone and started to record the conversation. Turns out him and Chloe had gone to the movies that weekend. Mind you, this is Monday, the same day where we had that email exchange early in the morning. That weekend, when I had called him and he brushed me off, they had gone to see the movie that I had been bugging him about for the past couple of weeks. Why are you telling me this? Like, why does it even matter? Oh, because she tried to like get at me, try to bump the pelvic bones with me, try to do the adult with me. And I didn't give in, and I finally broke the cycle. When you want to be mad, but it ain't even worth it because like, what does it matter? Like, we're already done. Like, why are you even telling me this? Like, I already knew you. Like, bruh, you just like to manipulate things. You are manufacturing, but it ain't even worth my words. I don't even need to explain this to you because I'm not going to deal with you any longer. Like, we've already nipped this in the bud this morning. Why am I even on FaceTime with you? And I'm trying to process this because like I've never dealt with this level of drama on my life. Like, what is this? Why are you doing this? And I'm just sitting here in astonishment. Like, I don't hang up because I can't believe that somebody could be this divisive. Then he starts hitting me, oh, you're emotionally confused. You can't ever figure out your reaction. Like, look how calm you are. What's wrong with you? Why are you so calm? I know you're upset. Why are you trying to hide yourself? I was like, bro, wait, chill. We're not even gonna play this. We're already done. Like, what is, like, I don't even get the point of you telling me this. Like, why are you telling me this? Like, literally, on the call. I still have the recording. So then he tries to, like, flip it and make some offhand comment, because he used to always do this to me, claim that I'm the one doing all the talking in the conversation. Like, when he's ready to end it, he always hits me with the, oh, gosh, I just sat here and listened to you to talk forever. Like, you just love to talk. You be doing all this talking. I gotta go get work done. Look at you taking up all my time. And I hit him with the, well, actually, I have a recording of it right now. We could play it back, you know, and count the minutes on it if you want to take record of it. What? You actually recorded the conversation? I mean, yeah, I called your bluff. So then we end the conversation. Bro was disgusted. So I go back and listen to it, because another thing Geminis like to do is hit you with that, you said XYZ, and you swear up and down like, actually, no, I did not say that. No, absolutely, actually, you did say that. No, I didn't say that. And they be so vehement that you start to question your own sanity. You start to believe them. You forget that you be questioning your own memory, bruh. And he would stay doing that ish to me. Like, I absolutely did not say that. Like, I know what I said and I meant what I said, bruh. Don't be trying to put words in my mouth. Like, no. But they don't back down. They be strong in their shenanigans, in their lies, bruh. And of course, in the conversation, he had tried to do that with me, and I finally caught it. I finally caught it in a recording. And I was like, aha, you see, I didn't say that. And this Negro's manipulative. And clearly, he is depressed. He got something emotional going on that ain't got nothing to do with me. He needs to handle this. He needs to figure it out. He needs to see a therapist. And maybe if I send this to him, he'll have an awakening moment. Or maybe I'm just trying to be petty because, aha. So I emailed it to him. And he hit me back with, no bridges were burned because no bridges existed. Bloop. Okay. Bye. You would think this is the end, right? So the next day, he texts me, can we talk? I have something to tell you. Now, if your ex ever hits you up after you guys have had a not so good or positive ending, they will always let you know what they want to speak about to ensure that you understand that it's worth your while and to your benefit. Like, if your ex has positive intentions and hitting you up to speak, they'll let you know what they want to discuss. Otherwise, if they ever hit you up with that vague, oh, can we talk? Do you have time to talk to me? You're just walking into an emotional beating that you do not deserve. And so I didn't respond. 15 minutes later, this Negro showed up at my front door and stands there for like 10 minutes. Now, I live by myself. Like, so spooked. Like, cause he was like peeking around, knocking on my door, and I'm just like, we ended. Like, nah, you ain't shit, I ain't shit. No, you ain't shit. No, you're rude. Bye, Ashy. So why are you at my door right now? Didn't answer. Then as soon as he leaves, I bust out the house to go meet up with my homegirl because I'm just like creeped out. Like, I could not stay in my house. He texts me, oh, or I guess we can't talk, and I'll just figure out what to do with this information I have about Chloe. You really showed up at my house unannounced to talk to me about your crazy ex who you brought into my life? What? Didn't I tell you to handle that? Why I gotta know about it? Just deal with it. Bye. No, not interested. After all that ends with Tigger, I ended up having dinner with Kylie because she pops back up again on the, friend, I love you. Friend, I miss you. Friend, I've had so much drama going on. That's why we haven't actually talked. I was like, oh, she doesn't even realize that I'm not talking to her. Okay, well, now that I'm done with this dude, I'm finally going to hit her with the I know what you said, see what her reaction is. So we have dinner, and I try to give her a chance to come clean with me again. She doesn't. So I finally tell her, I know you and Tigger had a conversation. I know you said XYZ about me. Why did you do that? She apologized profusely, but then says that she only said part of the things, and a lot of things he told me were things he actually said about me. And I'm just like, oh, trauma. This boy, this grown-ass man manufactured a whole soap opera around me. Like, I literally was his personal YouTube soap opera. And that doesn't vindicate Kylie because she played right into it. And as somebody supposedly loves me as a friend, why would you do that? Like, you had an actual incident that you could have told me about that would have caused me to stop dealing with him. Like, if you really cared about me, that would have been nothing. And I had to confront her after the fact in order to get it out of her. And she would not let me leave without accepting her apology. So I accepted her apology just to get the conversation over. But I knew at that point, like, I can't trust that I love you, the I care about you, that you're my friend. Like, that don't mean nothing. So there is no moving forward. There is no being friends again after this. And that was the last time I spoke to her. I cut them both off, and I thought that would be the end of it. Girl, why 2 months later do I get a message on my personal Facebook account? Subject line, hi, Jouelzy. Then I check my email and I realize this girl, we'll call her China. This girl messaged me and CC'd all 5 of my email addresses and all 4 of Tigger's email addresses, like all of them. And she was hot because she and Tigger had had a casual relationship. It wasn't serious, but they were hooking up. And for whatever reason, she cut him off because he pulled that Gemini fuckboy stuff with her too. And then the next day, she gets an anonymous message on Facebook from somebody giving intimate details, something about her giving him head or something in the relationship. So typically, because I've already dated dude, I would not entertain this. But she was so upsetting me because when she presented it to Tigger, he was like, oh, that's my ex Chloe, and she did the same thing to Jouelzy. Wait, why would you do it with Jouelzy? You've always dogged Jouelzy out. Like, I know you and Jouelzy, you've met her, but you were always telling me how she ain't shit and how she don't she don't know how to deal with people or whatever. So why would your ex do this to Jouelzy? You slept with her too. So he tried to play it off or whatever. And because she CC'd him on the email, and he's a Gemini and he knows how to manipulate and provoke and stir drama, I knew he was going to reply on her level in order to elicit a response from her and go toe to toe with her. So I called her just to tell her, like, girl, chill. Don't worry about it. Like, I don't even care because I'm already done with him. I've been done with him for like 2 months now. I have no interest in going back. It is what it is. I'm not surprised. I had seen a picture of her before because they had worked on a project together, and I had said, yo, I'd hit that. So I know you try. And he was like, nah, it's professional, it's work. I don't mix work with my personal life. All right, sir. So when she confirmed it, I wasn't really that surprised, but I just wanted to let her know, like, you know, sister to sister, out of sisterhood, hermana. Yo, who cares if, like, how dumb would he look if he rolled up to your job to tell your boss that you sucked his dick? Like, yeah, and I licked the balls too, and he liked it. Like, come on, we're adults. It was a consensual relationship. Like, that's petty, that's juvenile. When people start doing the, oh, I did this and that sexual act with you. It was consensual between two adults. It don't matter. Don't let him play you like that, and don't let him hang it over you like that. So when he replies to you, don't respond, because he's just provoking you, and he will spend time going back and forth with you, because he did it to me and I fell into that trap. So I'm just pulling you out the trap, sis. I'm pulling you out and letting you know he ain't got nothing over you, girl. Be blessed to cut him off and just block him from your life. I hang up the phone with her. We had a little sister to sister kiki. She was like, thank you. I needed that. I really appreciated it. Girl, you're gorgeous. Flourish in life. Everything will work out for you. I think you're a very beautiful person, and clearly you have a beautiful soul. It's unfortunate this Negro manipulated his way into your life. I'm sorry for the both of us. So he responded, and this Negro had the nerve at the end of the email to say, after he dogs China out, like threw her under the bus, need to take 30 baths, like came for her in the same language that she had approached him. This dude was good. Like, the manipulative down pat. I have to give it to him. He had time and the mental to get at you. And said, Jouelzy, you know, in the end, Jouelzy, out of all of this, basically, F you, China, but Jouelzy, I have mad respect for you because you never came at me in malice. Like, bro, you crazy. You crazy. So China hit him back with a snarky ass one-liner. High five, sis. Like, yeah. I replied all and said, this Negro sociopath tried to create a soap opera, but he got a limited reach. Ain't nobody watching. Be blessed to walk away and never look back. Revel in that. And then I had messaged her like, girl, get you a sage stick and smudge that F-boy energy out your home, girl. I done did it already. Let's move on. Ashe, my sister. You know, he replied all back, glad you two were able to talk and hash it out. And really, don't engage in a tit for tat, petty for petty. You know, he got so far with me because I liked the mental gymnastics and I was going back and forth with him. Tread lightly with the Geminis. I'm going to tell you to just say no, sis. And stand firm in your ground. You know you best. The moral of the story in the end is, don't ever let any man, woman, anybody in a relationship make you feel like you need to have the patience and understanding that they are unwilling to give you. Gemini or not, girl. But if you're a Gemini, think twice. Let me know if you've had any crazy interactions, dealing stories with any of the zodiac sign, especially if it's been a Gemini or a Pisces, or a Scorpio, girl. So many. But I'm out. See you tomorrow. Deuces!